Hi everyone, we're going to take a look at XRP Ripple today to see how it's progressing. We have been waiting, of course, for the price action to come back down into a manageable entrance zone, and that looks to be happening at the moment. Ultimately, we have the 200 MA, which the price action has broken out over, and we haven't had a proper retest yet since that break, which typically suggests that buyers do need to see that retest before they can move higher. Kind of think of it as loading up with additional buyers before the next leg up. The fact that we've had a strong break into the next range above TP1, essentially peaking around 2.41, is a good suggestion, of course, that this is a great place to come in and that we shouldn't be necessarily waiting for a deeper retrace back to support where the price action was essentially sitting through the last half of December. And you can see this is sort of double bottom of sorts. So we now seem to be approaching this range, and essentially we want to try and come in as flush as we can. You see this line here with 19, you can see this is the 200 MA here, 19764, so as close to the 200 MA as you possibly can in this green box. And you can see there's all these other buyers have got the same sort of idea here in this area, and then look for a move up from there. You'll notice that if I just put my cursor along here, there is a low volume node here as well along with the 200 MA, which means it's a good opportunity. The other advantage of coming in at this point as well, and again, this is not a game of prediction, it's a game of probabilities, is that also, and risk management. And also typically if you do see the price action come back down here and you get your entrance, but then the market struggles with some bearish pressure over the next few days, then of course you're running straight into the POC and into this lower support line, and you can see which has been a reversal point for the price action on so many occasions. And there's also a low volume node down here as well, meaning that the buyers will usually step in and give us a little bit of ranging price action, which will afford you the opportunity to potentially reposition or exit with minimal to no loss. And therefore waiting for these pullbacks to these specific areas are not just about getting the lowest possible price point, it's about getting an entrance which is manageable in terms of risk going forward. Now, you could obviously wait for a reversal pattern of sorts, but given the strength of this move, if we do get some kind of bullish confirmation, you may just want to be looking for maybe a reversal pattern on the stock RSI or something like that to give you just a little bit of a leg up here. So maybe looking for a double bottom like this on the stock RSI and using that as that additional confluence for a reversal. You could also look for some divergence, which I'm presuming we don't have at this point, but let's have a quick look. Have we got any divergence? Let's have a look. Where's my divergence tool? Here we go. We have a bit of divergence at the moment, which is fine, but it's not quite in the position where we want it to be. So hopefully we need a bit of a steeper move back down, maintain that divergence, and then we have a nice confluence. So if you do see divergence, a double bottom on one of the oscillators or indicators, that would be a very good confluence to come in with a nice 200 MA support buy. And of course, just coming in, for the SR flip of the 200 MA is a perfectly solid play in itself, but to get probabilities more in our favor, we need to make sure, of course, that we've got some confluence. Now we have this area being the neckline of the double bottom, that's 1 point of confluence. We potentially have a double up on stock RSI, that's another. And then if we have some divergence as we enter this box and that divergence is maintained, then we have an additional and quite a nice array, little gaggle of bullish signals to trade off, and that other buyers will see that, and that will hopefully help propel the price action higher. Now, of course, if you see the market turning a little bit bearish, you can consider taking profits at TP1, but presuming that doesn't happen, then TP2 is probably the most manageable play in terms of trading the range as we can get with XRP, because as I said, we have broken above into this upper range, which suggests CP2 is now in play. But that's XRP.